It was a cold, quiet, moonlit night when Froda first met Gondul. He had visited the kitchen for a moment to boil some water for coffee whilst his friends chatted in the living room after having dinner, when he noticed through one of the kitchen's, the sash windows, a lone figure standing in the apartment block courtyard. She stood motionless, her head hanging forward, her stringy black hair limply covering her face. Her arms hung at her sides. Her feet were bare. Her pale skin seemed translucent in the ethereal light of the moon. Froda cautiously opened his kitchen door. He stepped out onto the cement stoop. His socks were not enough to keep the chill of the night off his skin. "Is she not cold?" he thought to himself. Froda stepped onto the frosted grass, slowly approaching the mysterious figure. "Hello?" he called. "Hello, can you hear me?" She made no reply. "Miss, are you in trouble? Please tell me what is wrong." She still made no reply. He ceased speaking and walking forwards, coming to a stop far enough away from the girl that her long, black, talon-like nails could not reach him if she so desired to suddenly strike. Not that he thought she would. She was frail, like a bird, and yet she did not shiver or shake in the bitter cold of the night. "Miss, what is your name?" A sudden wind whispered through the bushes. It seemed to speak to him. "Gondul." "What did you say?" he asked with a gasp, to the wind, to the emanation, to anyone who would answer. "Gondul," the girl answered, her pale lips trembling slightly on her downcast face. "Gondul, that's your name?" The girl nodded without a word. Froda smiled a little. The girl had a name. Her name made all this less terrifying. "Gondul," he said again, rolling the name through his mind, past his chattering teeth and out of his mouth. "What are you doing in the cold? Do you want me to call someone for you? Are you hurt in any way?" Gondul did not reply. She stood completely still, her arms still hanging by her sides, her hair still obscuring her face. A cloud passed in front of the moon, casting a dark shadow over the courtyard, Gondul and himself. She wrapped her thin arms around herself, as if just realizing how cold it was outside. "You can't be all right," he said in concern. She looked up then. Her grey eyes were wild and half-crazed. "Gondul," he said, stuttering, his fear returning, "you do look so pale, and wan, almost like a reverent." A small smile spread across her pale and trembling lips. "You are very observant. How did you know?" The cloud moved past the moon, and as the pale light returned, Gondul turned, looked at Froda over her shoulder, and gently smiled as she slowly faded away into the cold night air.